I built up discipline over the last year and a half, and it's difficult. Really, it's difficult. But you build up the discipline over time so that eventually it doesn't feel hard to use it. You can just do it. And to actually build up discipline, it's the most difficult part is at the beginning. So whenever you're first like starting to go to the gym or eat healthy, like the hardest part is at the beginning. Once you pass it, like every day that you keep doing it, it becomes easier and easier and easier until eventually you actually want to start doing it. And at least for me, that's the way motivation or discipline works. Is that really discipline is at the beginning point where it's really hard and you have to force yourself to do it. And after you actually start liking it, then that becomes motivation. But to push through the discipline part whenever you don't want to do it, you want to actually quit, you don't want to continue, it's really important to keep your end goal in mind. And as a side note, discipline can refer to anything. You could be disciplined in, I don't know, like putting up a painting in in your room every single day. I don't see an end goal to it, but you could be disciplined in that. But that's the thing, you probably won't do it for long because there is no end goal to it. Having your end goal in mind is the way you push through discipline. Like, for example, working out. It's hard at first, honestly. Like, your muscles hurt, your your brain is telling you you don't want to do this, I just want to sit down, I just don't want to do anything else. And yet, pushing through and having the end goal that I'm gonna look good. I'm going to be lean. I'm going to look good. I'm just going to feel good. Having that in your mind as the end goal, almost tunnel vision for it, gets you so far because anytime you ask yourself, why am I doing this? You have the answer for it. You have the answer. Your end goal is the answer for those questions that your brain asks you. And so having that is extremely important. Again, working out. I want to look lean. I want to look good. That's my end goal. Right? I want to look good for girls, right? I just want to look good. I want to feel good. And that's what I always keep in mind. And after you get through the discipline portion, whenever you push through, you get to motivation, the part of motivation, whenever you actually start liking it. So for me, I actually like working out. Like, I like waking up early in the morning and working out at home. I just like it because I've pushed through the discipline and now I'm at the point where I'm motivated to do it. And this is all momentum. So at first, like a car is really slow to start. It has to be in first gear, then second gear. It has to push through a lot more power. But once it builds up its speed, then it just keeps going faster and faster. It doesn't have to use as much power anymore. It can ease off a little bit. But you're still going quicker and quicker. And that's what you're doing whenever you build up discipline or you go through discipline. You want to, at first, put in a lot of power, a lot of energy into pushing through whatever you want to until eventually you build up enough speed to where you don't have to push as hard and you actually want to do it. And as a side note, discipline is a choice. You can choose any time that you quit or give up, you can choose to keep going. I mean, obviously, unless you're gonna die, like, keep it real, right? Like, if you don't want to go to the gym, you can always choose not to. But the point of discipline is to say yes anyway. Just keep in mind that discipline is always a choice. It's never, oh no, I can't go. Because saying you can't do something is just not allowing yourself to have that decision. Always keep in mind that it's a decision. Either you can do it or you can't. No, either you will do it or you won't. But you always can do it. And honestly, after about a year and some months of working out, like I love it. I love it. And I'm sure it's going to apply to other things as well. I like reading as well, but not it's not as much to the point where I'm reading hours a day. I'm not to that point yet, but I'm sure eventually I will. And same with walking. Right now, I just walk around my neighborhood. I don't run, but I'm sure eventually I'll start running around, right? I'll be sprinting everywhere. And just pushing through the discipline is extremely important. Having the end goal and just working through it until eventually you want to do it. And that's how you build discipline.